and welcome back to the garden, everyone. I think it is every gardener's desire to work smarter and not harder. Today we are going to be exploring the magic of perennial edibles, plants that we can establish once and harvest for a lifetime of deliciousness. So, after showing you all of these plants that I'm about to show you, you can forget about planting every year because these champions will come back stronger season after season. This beautiful plant right here is called a banana tree. And these fruits right here, they are green bananas. When ripened, they are a very beautiful golden yellow. So growing up in Jamaica, banana was used for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because it is so easy to prepare and we can make multiple things from this one fruit right here. Now bananas thrive in warm, humid conditions with a well-drained, rich soil and regular watering according to Google. But personally speaking, I am growing these bananas in some good old native soil. Look at this, people. Look at this soil. Is there anything good that you can see in this soil? Nothing good. And look at these bananas. Look at the trunks. Look at this one. So thick. Looking so healthy. And I have several pops coming out from the roots. And as you can see, here is a banana that was chopped down, and I think one was also chopped down from there as well. So bananas typically takes 9 to 18 months and sometimes up to 3 years to produce a fruit. This time frame can vary depending on factors like the banana variety, growing conditions, temperature, which is humidity, and the care provided to the plant. And for the record, I have never had a banana that took 3 years to produce. All of my bananas, they took only a year. I remembered when I planted just the root of a banana after chopping it down. I just tossed it in the corner right there. I didn't even dig a hole. I just tossed it in the corner, threw some soil on it. And now look at this. Look at this. In Jamaica, we would call this like a banana walk. If I allow this, the entire back area around there can be filled with bananas years to come if I do not touch one of these, like the roots, after I chop them down. So, a single banana plant produces only one bunch of banana, like this one right here. However, the banana plants will continuously grow by putting out new pops or suckers, as some of you would call them. Each one of these pops or suckers, they are going to grow and get bigger, because as you can see, these are all different stages. Look at this. Look here. This is two coming out right here. This one right here, this one right here, this one right here, and this one. All different stages. So as I was saying, each new stem can bear fruit once, contributing to the overall productivity of the banana plant on a whole. I don't know if you have ever observed the inside of a ripe banana or a green one when eating it, but there are some teeny tiny black seeds. And it came to my mind to actually try sowing some of those seeds once to see if I can grow a banana tree from it. But you know what? Those teeny tiny seeds that we see in the bananas, they are immature and non-viable. That means there is not a great chance of those seeds germinating. One of these days, I am going to take out a few of these pops and I'm going to be putting them in a half a 55-gallon barrel, and I'm going to try and grow my bananas in a half a 55-gallon barrel. Now the next perennial that I want to share with you all that you can plant once and harvest for a lifetime are some sweet potatoes. These sweet potato vines that you see running on this fence right here, I planted them, I believe 5-6 years ago when I just came here. My husband brought home some sweet potato vines. I didn't even wait for them to get roots. I just dig the ground, tuck them in there, and from that day up until now, I have been growing sweet potatoes all over my garden. I have a little patch here and a little patch here. I have been waiting on some soil to cover these vines that is running here, but I believe I still have some sweet potatoes growing. To grow sweet potatoes, we can start from slips, which are sprouts from a sweet potato root, and plant them in warm, well-drained soil. Sweet potatoes thrive in full sun and need regular watering, especially during dry periods. They are also drought tolerant once established. So for those of you who is growing the potatoes from the slips, when the slips reaches, I think, 6 to 8 inches tall and is rooted, they are ready to be transplanted. And if you're going to be getting the cuttings, that is what we call propagation, and that's exactly how I have been growing my sweet potatoes for several years. You put them in water, and then when they root, you can plant them anywhere you want to plant them. In native soil, sandy soil, wherever you want to plant your sweet potatoes, you just plant them there and they will grow right there for you. I have harvested a lot of sweet potatoes from this area in the past, and I was leaving these to see if they would get bigger. I am not sure if they want to get bigger. Here are some thick vines growing down in the earth, looking as if they want to give me some more potatoes. So I think I'm going to leave them to see if I can get some potatoes from them. I might have to do some adjustment with this area. All right. So I believe the sweet potatoes take about 3 months, I believe, to grow before you can actually harvest them. It looks as if I had some here and I didn't harvest them on time and they dry out. I might have to come and dig out this area one of these days. Oh, look, I even have something growing underneath here, see? But they need to be covered. They need some good soil. All right. And since I'm digging under all of this Malabar spinach, let's also talk about this champion of a perennial. So the Malabar spinach is a tropical vining plant that is best grown in warm climates with full sun and consistent moisture. It thrives in fertile, well-drained soil and requires support to climb. That is why I'm showing you now how far this one has gone, all the way up into this coconut tree. It's going to the top. It is indeed a runner. So these little black things that you see here, these are the Malabar spinach seeds, and the plant can actually be started from seeds or by just simply cutting off a piece of this vine, put it in some water, and once it roots, you can plant it anywhere you want to plant it as long as there is support for it to grow on. In about 70 days, you will have a full size thriving Malabar spinach plant. Look, and you see these little leaves here, the tiny ones, which is more tender. These are more delicious because the bigger leaves, they kind of have a slimy taste to it that I really don't like. Everybody's taste bud is different. You can use this in your compost or in your Your fertilizer elixir. Yeah. So if you are a person that love your leafy greens, you love your smoothies, why not consider the Malabar spinach today? You plant it now, you harvest it for a lifetime. And this plant right here, I think it's less than a year I planted it. I got a little piece from a family member. I took it in an area over there when I was growing sweet potatoes. It wasn't doing so well. And then I brought it over here. I used an old pigeon pea plant with some chicken wire to make a trellis for it. And it has outgrown that trellis. And now look at the size of it. So if any one of you out there is interested in growing your own Malabar spinach, I have enough seeds that I can sell now. Whoop whoop, yay! You can go ahead, reach out to me in the email that I have in my descriptions, and I will tell you how much these Malabar spinach seeds is going to cost. Oh, and these seeds here, they're actually fruits, and they can be eaten, believe it or not. And the seeds, they are also used to dye or color food. They have a very strong, you know what, red color. Look. Look. See this? You see how red it is? And this is why I don't like to harvest these without gloves. Because if you do that, even if you wash your hands, tomorrow it is still going to be stained. So go ahead and try some Malabar spinach today. Now I'm going to be putting these in my pocket because these are going in a stir fry. And I normally just love to take just the amount that I need to make a meal for myself because my family members, husband, son, daughter, they don't like these stuff. But one of these days, I'm pretty sure they are going to find out what they were missing. Now let's head back over here to show you another perennial that is packed with a lot of antioxidants. Another champion plant that when you plant it one time, you can harvest for a lifetime. Now these are two of my blueberry plants that I had planted over there. And I finally moved them and put them in these two pots right here. And I recently purchased these two right here. Now these shrubs, they not only produce delicious and antioxidant rich berries, but also offer beautiful spring blossoms and vibrant fall foliage. So if you have a whole bunch of them planted wherever you live, the foliage will look so vibrant and so full. The sun is so hot, and that is why I'm losing the blueberries. They're drying up at this small stage right here. So with acidic soil and proper care, a blueberry bush can fruit for 20 to 30 years or even longer, becoming a cherished plant of your landscape and also feeding you with a lot of berries. Don't have any to harvest now, but I'm pretty sure I'll be getting some soon if I take care of them and if all of these doesn't fall off. I think these one are going to dry up. Let me see if there's any taste to it. And I believe you all saw me when I was tasting the ones I harvested recently. So harvesting these teeny tiny ones, they actually taste like when you have some grapes that has dried up and turned to prunes. No, not prunes, raisins. So if you were thinking about what type of perennial to add in your garden that you can harvest from for a lifetime to come, consider some blueberries. And another perennial plant that I fell in love with are my strawberries. These, I would say, they are kind of challenging to grow at times, but if you learn about them, it will become very easy. So I bought these strawberry plants sometime last year. I had just a few of them, I think about 20 to be specific. And Sorry about that, guys. Recently, when I was transplanting them, there were so many runners. And just to show you, I got a runner from this thing right here. And I think I planted one of the runners up top here. I think this is the original mother plant. One of the original mother plant. And I have one of the runners back there. So the strawberry is actually a dynamic perennial to grow in your garden, because once you plant it, it will just continue to put out all of these runners and it begins to multiply. I have quite a few on this tower right here and some over here. And I am telling you, the berries, the strawberries, they're not lasting out here. Here is one of the runner back here. Oh God, so dry. I have to water them. It looks as if the water that they're getting is not even enough. Gosh. So I know that there are different varieties of strawberries. Some of them are very short-lived, but the variety that I'm growing right now, they are called ever-bearing strawberry. They just continue to produce periodically, like maybe every month. These have been putting out strawberries for some time now, and I can come out like on a regular basis to harvest strawberries to eat from these plants. So once again, this perennial, once it is planted, you don't have to worry too much about planting more of it. As long as you plant it in a good area, it will just continue to put out the runners and multiply your production, and you will harvest for a lifetime to come. All right, so I know this champion right here might probably take a few years to grow. This one actually took a little over 4 years, and we are harvesting a lot of coconuts from this tree. So if you are not afraid to wait for a few years, you can go ahead and plant a coconut tree, and I'm pretty sure you won't regret it, because these coconuts right here, they grow like they are not too tall. I think they are probably I don't know if it's a dwarf variety, but they are not too tall, because my husband comes up with a machete and chop one of these coconuts, and we have coconuts to drink. That one we haven't drank anything from it as yet, still waiting. I guess it's a late bloomer, and those jellies, they are looking so nice over there. Coconuts mostly thrive in tropical climates. I don't know if you want to try and grow one in a container. Nothing beats a trial but a failure. You can go ahead and try it. Needs abundance of sunlight, so the young trees require consistent moisture, while the mature ones are more drought tolerant. Full sun is essential for the growth and fruit production. Monitor for pests and diseases and address them promptly. I have never had any pest or disease on the coconut tree, except that I see some of them falling off occasionally. They will just dry up like this and fall off. I don't know if it is a result of pest or disease, but I have never physically seen or have to take care of any pest and disease on these coconut trees. So my next selection of perennial plants that you can harvest for a lifetime are my juicy grapes right here. I am not sure what variety this is. I got these from a former colleague at work. I got just a little plant in a 5-gallon bucket. I took it home and I planted it in this half a 55-gallon barrel. So if we want to successfully grow grapes, we have to plant them in a well-drained soil, providing adequate water and regular pruning. So the grapes, they are woody perennial vines that typically need a trellis for support and benefit from cool, dry dormancy period. And this is just coming out of dormancy. Over the winter, I had nothing on these vines. Look at this right here. And these little nose is where the new leaves would sprout from, and then eventually become some nice cluster of grapes. I can't wait for these to get bigger so I can enjoy them. All right, so it is getting late now. I need to get inside, but let me just share with you just 2 herbs that you can plant once and harvest them for a lifetime. Now these are some thyme that I started from store-bought thyme, and if you plant them in well-drained soil and take care of them, they will grow for a very, very, very long time. Another perennial herb that I would recommend for us to go is the oregano. All it takes is just a little piece. You can just break it off, stick it in water, or stick it directly in the soil, and it will just continue growing. All of this is just from a cutting from the mother plant, and I have a lot of this growing all over the garden. All right now, family, so I am pretty sure that there are many other longleaf fruit trees like apples, pears, cherries that can become generational plants in our garden. And talking about the cherry, I need to show you one that I started from seed a little over 3 years ago. Here it is. And this is another fruit tree that you can plant once and harvest from it for many years to come. So there you have it, a glimpse into the world of perennial edibles. Planting these hard-working heroes not only reduces your yearly workload, but also creates a more sustainable and resilient garden. Imagine the satisfaction of harvesting delicious food year after year from plants you nurture just once. It is an investment in flavor, convenience, and the future of your garden. If this is your first time here, I am the Glades Garden Girl over here in Zone 10A, Florida. My #1 priority on this channel is for us to save as much as we can, as we grow as much as we can. And if you're also looking for some tips and tricks on how to, spruce up your garden, please come back and visit the channel so you can learn a thing or two. Oh gosh. Oh Jesus, my garden needs some water. All right, folks, let me just use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you right now, my returning subscribers, my newest subscribers. I really and truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming back. Thanks again for watching. I will see you soon in another video.